So you join me here in Plymouth. Right in front of us over here is the River Tamar, which marks the border between this county, Devon, and Cornwall, which is over there. Now, if you're from the UK, when you think of Cornwall, what comes to mind? Like, for me, it's usually like the summer holidays and the beaches and, you know, surfing and these nice resorts and stuff. But what is Cornwall like for people who actually live there all year round? What is daily life like? Join me today as we find this question out over the next couple of days. Right, okay. Here we are in this rental car, Fiat 500. Really nice bit of kit. And yeah, let's get going. Just crossed the border into Cornwall, making it sound like it's some really dangerous.
Turn right onto School Road.
And I'm just gonna park up at this this little town over here. Just see what life is like on the other side. You can see an old telephone box that's just been turned into a just a little bookstore. See some really good books in there and some dog foods. So what can we do? Chimney sweep, always good. You know, you need to have your chimney sweeps. Little model club show we can go to. See some toy trains and stuff like that. So over here, we've just found our first bit of Cornish. So you see, we've got School Road written here, and underneath it, you've got Ffordd an Sgol, or something like that, which means School Road in Cornish. And then over here, we can see this is like the hall. The local town hall. I'm not sure if we can go in, but if I'll just show you guys that over there. Well, it's a bit scrunched up in the wind, but that is the Cornish flag. Over here we've got another sign in Cornish, Street an Eglwys, Church Street. Extraordinary church. It's almost like they kind of compressed it a bit on Microsoft Word. And I think over here we've got some kind of vicarage, but I'm just quite interested in it because they've got a little bit of Latin. So this used to be a chapel, obviously now not so many people going to church or whatever, so it's just been converted into houses. But it's a nice bit of Latin there, Laus Deo, which means like glory be to God. And over here is quite interesting. You know, the old chapel might be shut down, but we've got a Methodist church, which looks very ugly. But let's see if anything's going on inside. It looks a bit weird setup. No, unfortunately they're shut, but yeah, there you are. So yeah, this is an average Cornish town just on the border. Still feels very English. I don't feel that, it's all England, right? But it still feels, there's some kind of feeling about really rural Cornwall that it just feels like another world. And I'm not quite getting it here yet. Everything still feels pretty similar to the rest of England. Let's see if they do any iced coffees. Doesn't look like they do. But they do Cornish pasty. So that's how you know you're in Cornwall. There you go, me with my cosmopolitan tastes, trying to get a nice coffee in Cornish town. You know, it's not how it works in the provinces. Alright, so that was... I can't remember what this town was called, to be honest, but there we go. We've done it. We're just going to continue our way to Falmouth, which is the biggest city, biggest settlement, I don't think it's technically a city, in Cornwall. So we're just waiting at some traffic lights out here in Truro. If there was such a thing, this would be the capital of Cornwall. But it's a bit smaller than Falmouth, so it's a bit less interesting, but I'm going to try and get out in a second, show you a bit what it's like. The name Truro comes from Cornish as well, so it means three roads. True, three, rue, roads. What three roads is referring to? I'm not sure, but interesting bit of etymology for you there. Okay, so this is kind of the Oxford Street, if you will, of Truro. You know, got all the nice shops around here. Your essentials, Marks and Spencer's, O2. Over here we've got some kind of statue. Don't know what the story is behind this statue, but very nice. All right, let's keep going deeper into Truro. Let's see what else we can find. This might sound like a stupid thing to say, but one thing I really noticed about Cornwall is just a lot of Cornish pasty shops. Like, they're really big on it here, obviously, but didn't realise quite how serious it was. It's a bit like if you go to like Manchester or something, you just see lots of Greggs. It's a similar kind of deal. So here, if you want to buy a house in Cornwall, if you like what you've seen in this video, lots of places on sale. 600 grand, 700 grand for a place here. Okay, so here we are, as you can see. Cathedral's behind us. Pretty impressive, to be honest. I didn't know it had such a big cathedral, but we're gonna see if we can go inside. It's quite cool because you see, obviously, a lot of churches in the UK, because of the Reformation, they took down all these sort of icons. Obviously, one's been taken down there, but like these guys are still up. And I don't know what that's to do with. Maybe it's to Celtic culture. I don't know. It's a little bit less puritanical. We've got welcome in Cornish again. Niagas Dinerg. In Welsh as well. So what's quite interesting over here is we've got a little map of Cornwall with all the churches. Down here it's called Cornubia, Land of the Saints. Don't know what that's about, but it's a pretty cool photo. And over there you can see that's heaven, obviously. Got a beautiful harp here.
See my harp in there.
Yeah. So do you play here a lot?
I play here once or twice a year.
Really?
Well,
oh wow.
I come from London.
Oh, do you? Oh, nice. Bit of a trek then.
Bit of a trek, but it's a bit of a place to come to.
It is beautiful. And this is a Celtic cross. So in a lot of the Celtic nations like Wales, Ireland, and indeed Cornwall as well, you have these very elaborate crosses. Christianity came to Great Britain before the Anglo-Saxons, so all the Celts were Christianised prior to the influence of the Anglo-Saxons, and they developed their own form of Christianity, which was people just call Celtic Christianity. And one of the sort of symbols of it is these kind of beautiful crosses that you see here. And yeah, again over here, you know, very Catholic. This sort of iconography, very cool. And look at this. We have a prayer in Cornish. Adul is God's. Isn't that cool? So there we go. That is the Cornish Cathedral in Truro. Right, here we are in just Cornish suburbia. We've got a Cornish flag over there. And there we've got a seagull. Which is a very vicious pest around here. Looks like this one's quite young. Cornish seagull. How many times do you think I'm going to say the word Cornish in this video? There we go. Some more Cornish. Is there any Cornish translation that I'm not going to point out in this video? I don't think so. And over here we've got the Cornish Courts of Justice. If you've misbehaved in Cornwall, this is where they send you to. What I love is what stuff progresses with time and what stuff is just left, you know, preserved. Like, look at this old chemist here that unfortunately has been closed down. But what I love is just that sign has stayed there, you know. Also it's all boarded up, but it really makes you imagine like what that might have looked like when it was running. You know, how quickly things change. You know, you never get a chemist that look like that anymore. It just have a bunch of plastic all over the top. So yeah, it's kind of sad to see buildings in this state, but there is something weirdly sort of profound about it as well. Again, this might sound like a stupid thing, you know, you guys might think, oh, obviously, but there's just an Indian restaurant or like a Nepalese restaurant here. And I don't know, I just find that so cool. We're in Cornwall, but there's a Nepalese restaurant. Again, another, it's quite sad, but like another shop that's been closed down. Again, you just don't see these kind of windows anymore, you know. No one would have them, but like these are a real thing of the past, like the 70s. People always have these kind of windows. So this is quite interesting around here. You've got what look like houses, but these are all offices. So you've got a financial planning company around there, some accountants, some investment management place. Well, it is very nice, Truro, but it's not what I'm looking for. You know, there's still something missing. It still feels too much like home, you know. Feels too much like the rest of England with a little Cornish touch. I want this turned up, you know, just a little bit more. I want it just to be a little bit more sort of Cornish. So as we continue on this journey, we're going to see if that's going to happen. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, we're going to see if we're going to get more Cornish vibe, or is this as good as it gets? Is this as Cornish as it gets, or is there more in store for me? Okay, so unfortunately my battery died while we were in Truro, but I've just had a bit of a road trip, and we've arrived in Falmouth right now. This is where we are. It's very, very cool here. I think this is, I'm getting that kind of Cornish feeling now. I feel like we're not in England anymore. We're in the sort of ancient kingdom of Cornwall. So yeah, it's cool. So I'm gonna jump out. We're gonna check it out, see what it's got to offer us. Find somewhere to charge this. Maybe get a glass of water or something, and yeah. Okay, so here we are in sunny Falmouth. Usually when I say that it's quite ironic, but it is actually sunny here. And I'm liking it. It's very authentic. Very authentic. So here we are. This is what I love about Cornwall. You've got this sign here, it says Transport for Cornwall, and you've got Carrian's Rag Cairnol, which obviously Transport for Cornwall in Cornish, which is just lovely. I just love the pride that the Cornish people still take in their language. It's funny, in Truro, you could tell that there were lots of tourists about, you know, everyone, like a lot of people were not from Cornwall, but here there are much less tourists. There's just less of that kind of vibe somehow. So again, this kind of blue, you just see it in loads of seaside towns. They just really go for the bright colours here. I think it's something about the sea air, it just makes people more creative. Unlike much of the UK, Cornwall is very hilly, so you get these enormous sort of hills that go through the town. Just gives it this kind of three-dimensional feel that you just don't get in London or Manchester. What's also interesting, obviously there's just been a general election here in the UK, and you can see a lot of kind of Labour posters out, and that's because Labour has won in, I think, every constituency in Cornwall, and this is the first time it's ever happened. Before this, Cornwall's always been Conservative. This building over here, I've just been reading, was formerly a synagogue here in Falmouth. But yeah, been closed for hundreds of years now, but that would have once been a place of worship. See, look at that seagull. These seagulls are just everywhere. They're enormous. Absolutely massive. See, this is the stuff. I'm so excited to have found this. This is the stuff that I was really after. That I was really interested to see in Cornwall. You know, look at this. Just this, I don't know what this used to be, but some old building that's just got removed. And it's just been left to kind of, I guess what you call like urban decay, you know, people have graffitied it. Plants have started growing, you know, bottles from where people have hung out. And obviously it's not very pretty, but it tells quite an interesting story. And it's just so interesting to see this in Cornwall. Just like that, we're in the centre again. So obviously it is busy, but you know what I mean, there's a different vibe here. It's not so touristy. You know, people are just going about their day. People are very polite here in Cornwall. They'll, if you're filming something, they'll always like duck under or wait for you to finish. But it's like, guys, I want you to walk past my photo. I want to give it a little bit of character. Okay, so this is my last hope, really, to finding a battery for my camera. Unfortunately it's closed. Associated Photography doesn't get my endorsement, unfortunately. How annoying. But to be honest, I should just live in the moment and make the most of the battery life we do have. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Alfie, come on, you come all this way from Oxford to Cornwall and you're not even going to show us the sea? Well, first of all, as I said in the beginning of this video, this isn't really about the seaside, you know. I'm interested in the urban life. I'm interested in, you know, what people are doing day to day. You know, the fact it's by the sea is kind of by the by, but, you know, I will admit it is very beautiful and it is Cornwall, so there you go. That's the North Atlantic for you, just out there. So hopefully you're happy now. So we're just walking down the back streets of Falmouth here. I'll be honest guys, Falmouth is not saying much. Not saying much. It's just a lot of this. I mean, I see what people mean. This is the biggest settlement in the whole of Cornwall. It is still very quiet. There's something weird about the churches in Cornwall where they all have these very thin tops. Like they just proportioned it wrong. Got some telephone boxes around here. Still kept in quite good condition, unlike the ones in London. So we can go inside here. Oh, no we can't. Oh well, another sign. So we've got what looks like some kind of arcade around here. We're going to see if we're allowed to film in this one. It's got a nightclub here. I should have got a hotel here after all. Again, very hippie vibe. I want some clothes of this kind. So again, it's very sad to see, but there are a few sort of boarded up shops here on the high street. Obviously this used to be a sort of Marks and Spencer's or something, but it looks like they're opening some homes here, so you know, that's something. Got a Ukrainian shop over here, it's quite unusual. So I'm not gonna lie, Falmouth, it had a good start. It's a little bit more interesting than Truro was, but it's still not quite doing it for me. There's still something more that I'm expecting from Cornwall. There's some reason why I came here that I'm just not getting from either of these two places. So I think we're going to continue the search. So, to be honest, one thing I've learned in life is you win some, you lose some. I actually think today I've lost. I've not found what I wanted. But it's not over, because we're gonna get in the car, go to my hotel in a completely random town that I just found on Google Maps, and we're gonna see what that's like. Not too much more of this town to see. I'm just kind of delaying the inevitable, to be honest. God, it is miserable weather today. It really is, not very nice. One thing I've always noticed about Cornwall is they just have a lot of spas. Seems to be a really big thing here. So on that note, let's go in and get some food. You know what, sometimes in life you just got to realise that you've got to learn how to take your own temperature, understand your own internal feelings, you know. Sometimes, and when you do, just realise how to reset, you know. And what I've realised is I just need a bit of food. So keeping in the spirit of this vlog, I bought a Cornish pasty, and it's annoying, there's not really anywhere to sit anywhere in Cornwall. No benches, which is really annoying, but I'm gonna find somewhere to sit down, have this, and then make my way back home. No parking ticket, that's good. So, that was Falmouth. But if you thought that was good, then you don't know what's coming next, because it's gonna get even better. We're gonna stop off at a Sainsbury's. Gonna try and get another battery for this. But to be honest, who cares if the battery's a bit small, you know? A bad workman blames his tools, you know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do is go there, and then we're gonna drive to another town that's nearby, but we're gonna try and stop at some places on the way that catch our attention. So it's gonna be very exciting. Let's go. Okay, we're here at the Sainsbury's now. Don't know if you can see that, but there's an amazing array of houses over there, just up on the hill. We're just outside of Falmouth now. Brain really isn't working today. I keep forgetting the names of places we're going to. I had to think then, I was like, oh yeah, Falmouth. This is the local newspaper in Falmouth. Falmouth Packet. And so here we go. Those of us who are interested, Keir Starmer. So, on the road now, we're really in the middle of nowhere. Very quiet here, but I'm enjoying it. It's very nice. Okay, we've made it to Stinian's Centre. Not gonna lie, this is pretty quiet as well. It's not that exciting really. Here we've got a Cornish bus stop of some sort, dedicated to some locals. And I think this place is doing some scarecrow competition. You see a lot of these about everywhere. You know what, let's at least go to the end of this road and do a little loop round. Let's at least do that.
Yeah.
Do you know anywhere that is like interesting apart from like the pub and stuff like that? Any attractions?
There's a dam.
Oh really?
Dam and a lake. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. How'd you get to that from here?
trek.
Oh, really?
Do you have a car?
I've got a car, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? Did you see the church?
Yeah.
So if you go past the church and keep following it, and it's all signposted,
Okay.
you'll come to the dam first, and it's like a sharp left.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, I've decided. Oh, that's quite cool. Let's see what's around here. Wow, that's pretty cool toilet. Yeah, I've decided there's nothing for it. I'm just going to go to the pub. Which one do I choose?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's interesting, one thing that I've found about Cornwall so far is maybe because, like, it's weird, when I went to Milton Keynes, people were very open, very willing to like show off their city and stuff. Here, maybe because it's kind of hard to travel around, people are a little bit more suspicious about the camera, you know. I get slightly more sort of suspicious looks. I feel slightly less comfortable filming people and stuff like that. I just realised I haven't had a lot of interactions with people today, and I think that's partly why. It's just they're a little bit wary of strangers.